Hello friends, myself Jyoti Shetty. I am coming along with a new topic, that is the preparation of dissertation. Actually, my student insisted me to prepare one video on this topic, so that I am here along with this topic. Now, the dissertation, it is a very lengthy work, and if you are going to take admission for the master degrees, and if you knew about that the dissertation is a part and parcel of your syllabus, then you have to think about it at very earlier stage, because in the master degrees you have a semester system and you have to complete your dissertation within one semester only. So there is a time bound, so that you have to prepare at very earlier stage. That is my suggestion. And there are the certain stages. I'll try my best to simplify that stages to you in this video. And if you like it, please subscribe it. Now, what are the stages of this preparation for the dissertation? The first one, that is the formulation of the research problem. Listen carefully. That research problem means that topic must be novel one or interesting one, and it should be something with your own choice. Why? Because if it is given by your supervisor or your guide, then you may feel a boring to do work on it. So that is my suggestion, that you have to choose a topic according to your own will or your choice. So it is very good thing. And the problem means what? It can be anything which you may feel that there must be something going wrong, and you have to go into the detail or in depth. Then you can choose such a topic as your research topic. Okay, then next one, that is it may be the historical one, it may be sociological, social, or the economical or legal, any. But what is the one thing, that if you are doing a dissertation, topic must be relating to your own stream, so that you have to choose such a topic which is relating to your stream. That is very important thing. Now, the next stage, that is the framing of objectives. It is very, very important part, because if you don't have the objectives of your own studies, then how can you proceed into your research? So, your objectives must be clear. It must be in nut and shell. Means you have to stick with your objectives throughout your research. It's a very important thing. Now, the third one, that is the review of literature. Before going into any topic, you have to study another person or anything, any material available on this topic. You have to go into the details. You can go with the online or offline, or the books, journals, research papers, whatever. You can go with the certain things. You have to go into the details. What is the position, actual position of this topic today? And then you can get a certain gaps between the literature, and that can be the motivation for your own research work. So the review of literature is mandatory. It is not the boring part, but it is very, very important part of the research work. And you can get a lots of or thousands of ideas to do your own research. So review of literature, it is a very, very important stage of your research work. Now the next one, that is a formulating of the hypothesis. Now what is the hypothesis? Actually, hypothesis, it is an explanation to the research problem, so that it must be in a sentence format. You can put the research problem also, means research question also, instead of the hypothesis. Then you can put it into the question mark format. Okay. So there is it can be the prediction. Hypothesis means what? It can be the prediction. Take the example. Suppose you are thinking, you are doing a research on the child labor. Then you can make a statement that the poverty is a root cause of child labor. This can be your own prediction. It can be the hypothesis. Then along with this hypothesis, or it is an indicator through which you are just going into the depth. Then you are just making the parts of it: poverty and child labor. Then what are the reasons for the poverty? Then all things relating to that, that is the part of your research. Okay, so this is the about hypothesis. After framing the hypothesis, then you have to go with the next stage, that is the research design. Actually, research design means the blueprint of your own research. And for that purpose, you need to decide, you have to stick with the which kind of research you are going to do, whether it is a doctrinal research or non-doctrinal research. If it is a doctrinal research, then you can sit into the library and you can do your research. Yes, it is also lengthy work. It is not a very easy task, I know. Then the second one, that is a non-doctrinal research. It means it includes the empirical study, means the field work. Okay, so at this stage you have to go with that point. And then while doing the research design, you have to go, what are the universe of your study? Universe of study means what? Suppose you are doing your research, then it can be limited to your city, your district, your state, your nation. Okay, that is called the universe of your study. Out of that, you are choosing a samples. Then there are the certain kinds of sampling. It can be the random sampling, cluster sampling, stratified sampling, etc. Now, according to your need of the research, you have to choose that sampling. Then the next stage, that is, you have to start collection of data. Listen carefully. For that purpose, you should know who are the respondent. Respondent means the persons who are relating to your study, directly or indirectly. So that then you collection of data, there are again two kinds, the primary data and the secondary data. Now, the primary data, it means it can be you collected through the interviews, questionnaire, schedules, or observation method. Now, the questionnaire means you are just making the list of the questions which are you are going to give it to your respondents. And if they are filling it their own, it is called questionnaire. If you are asking them and you are filling the questionnaire, then it is called the schedule. That is the only difference. Now, for that purpose, you must be having the questions, actually, it should be in a concrete manner, clear, and in a simple language only. Now, the next kind, it is a secondary data. It is based on the published or unpublished data. So that while doing a research, you have to go along with the primary data as well as the secondary data. Okay. Now, after collecting this one, researcher has to scrutinize all this data, because there can be possibility of the incompleteness, or there are the certain mistakes are there. So for the correctness or the for continuation, the researcher have to do a scrutinize the whole data. Now, after that, there is next stage, that is the tabulation of data. Now, tabulation means all for that purpose, you have to take the help from the expertise, means the statistician also. And the next stage, that is the analysis of the data. And for that purpose, there can be the ratio method, average method, means what? They have to relate it that quantity with along with your problems and the what is the actually status of your research work. Okay, now after that analysis, you have to go with the interpretation. Whatever the tabulation, whatever the ratio, whatever the average may be there, you have to interpret in your own words in a sentences. That is called the interpretation of data. Now, after interpreting, you are coming with the certain conclusions. It can be called as a findings. That is the next stage. You have to give the findings of your research. That is called the conclusion chapter. And it is not sufficient, because after doing all the research, you have to give a suggestion to the society, because why you are doing all these things, there must be the intention. First and most important object of every research is to suggest certain suggestions, and for that purpose, after going through this different phases or stages, you conclude and you have to suggest certain suggestion. It must be the innovative one. Now I just for the next time I will explain my own research. Why do I choose the topic? Whatever, there are plenty of experiences relating to my research work. Surely I'll come along with that one very soon. So please, if you like this video, please share it and subscribe it. Thank you.